Good afternoon, readers. I wanted to give you a little review about how we talked about that reading is thinking, not just word calling. So as we read, things have gotten easier for you, haven't they? You're not having to stop and decode words anymore. You're able to read fluently. This is the time where we begin to think and get things out of our reading. For instance, when we're reading and we're thinking, we connect. We connect to the meaning of the story. What is the author's purpose and what are they wanting us to get out of it? To understanding the story. We're understanding what's happening, things like character, sequence of events, setting, and plot. We also connect to the images that we see. In fiction, we connect maybe to some of the illustrations, and in nonfiction, we connect to maybe some of the photographs. We also connect to the setting. You may have been somewhere similar to the setting of your story or heard about it. It might be very specific, like Chicago, Illinois, or it could be very broad, like a school. But as we read, we need to be thinking about what is going on in the story and what the author is trying to tell us. Remember today, when you read Miss Nelson Has a Field Day with me, we were able to connect to lots of things. For one reason, we had read the other two books. Miss Nelson is Missing and Miss Nelson is Back. And you all have really enjoyed these. They're kind of review books for you, but they teach us lots of great things. This is what you told me about Miss Nelson has a field day. We thought about it as we read. Some of you think that, and remember, you put yourself in the perspective of as you were reading the book, even though we talked about this a little bit later. You would say, I think that Viola Swamp will be in the story. Some of you knew that Blandsworth was trying to dress up as Viola Swamp. Actually, all of us knew that. It was very obvious. He did not make a very nice-looking teacher, did he? You were glad that Viola Swamp got the team into shape. Some of you liked that they showed Viola Swamp and Miss Nelson in different windows. That was very interesting to you all. So most of you did not like that the players weren't listening, and you hoped as you read that they would make a sequel to this book or that the team would beat the werewolves. You later found out that they did beat the werewolves. You also wondered as you read, how could Miss Nelson be in two places? And then you wondered if Miss Nelson and her sister were twins. That's what we think about as we read, and it helps us to connect to the meaning, the understanding, the images, and the setting. Now, moving on to your homework assignment. For Friday, I would like for you to think about your AR book. You are at the library actually right now as I'm making this video, and you are, I'm sure, picking out a fabulous book for you. As you read that the next few nights, tonight and tomorrow night, please record your thoughts. You might record a few tonight after you've read for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. You might record a few Wednesday night and then maybe Thursday night. Remember, this is not due until Friday. I want you to think about, in the title or chapter section, write down the title of your book and maybe the chapters that you read when you use this. You certainly do not have to have finished the book in order to fill this out. I just want you to record your thoughts as you are reading your new book. Now, for the directions. Remember, this is not due until Friday, but it is mandatory that you watch this video tonight. That way, you'll be prepared for the week's assignment. Tomorrow, when you come in, you won't bring this piece of paper in to me. You'll bring it in on Friday. But what you will bring is a small piece of paper with the secret password that I'm about to give you written down on it. You will also include your name so we know who it belongs to. When it's time for you to come to my room for the very first time that day, make sure that you take out your paper without me asking, crumble it up, and put it into the bucket that says Mrs. Diddle on my desk. You will write the secret password down at home, put your name on it, and have it ready to bring with you tomorrow. If I do not have to ask anyone in the entire homeroom to do this, then you will get 2 classroom points. If I have to ask you, but you did do it, that will be worth 1 classroom point. So let's all work hard together and try to each of you get 2 classroom points. I bet you're wondering what the secret password is. It's very important that you not share it with anyone in the 3rd grade. That way each person has a chance to show me that they have done the assignment. The secret password is twins. TWINS. The secret password is twins. Have a great night and happy reading.